Hi, Will Perry here. How you doing? I hope you are well. Now, this is a strange one. Is narcissism bad? That's not a question that I've ever heard asked before, but I thought it was interesting to reposition it in a slightly different way. So, narcissism, we often think is bad, but let me position it this way. Well, first, explain the traits of narcissism. So, this isn't really narcissistic personality disorder, which is clinically assessed. This is everything on the grey scale below. The traits, narcissistic traits. People who are high in narcissistic traits, and it's a human trait. You know, we all have these traits. Some of us are too low in these traits. Some of us are too high, and that's narcissists. So the traits are VIP. They think they're very important. They're more important, more significant than pretty much everyone around here, actually. So they're better people. They consider themselves to be better, a better class, better everything, you know. Empathy, they don't have it, really. If they have it, they can use it against you. It's a tool to create leverage for themselves. So they're not the most empathetic creatures. They don't do things out of kindness for other people, though they might seem and appear to be doing that. It's usually for a gain for themselves. Overconfidence is a trait that is levied at narcissists. So that the level of confidence is maybe that gets them into successful positions, makes them make decisions that are tough decisions, but they stick to it. They're overconfident and too assertive often. Now, sometimes narcissists can get into very significant roles, very head of companies, head of politicians and things like that, and probably a few come to mind for you right now. But those are the traits that often we look to in leadership. However, without that lack of empathy, it can really damage relationships long term. Now we know that those are narcissistic traits, and just kind of summary. So they're the devil's incarnate. However, the narcissist also wants people that are low on, as a partner, are low on self-esteem, that they can manipulate easily. So it's people with low self-esteem. So if you have low self-esteem, and I had that, and it's something you can absolutely work on. The traits that you have are that you don't put yourself first. You think you're actually worse. You're worse than many people. In fact, you're not good enough. You're not as good as other people. So wouldn't it be good to have a bit more of that, to be a bit more narcissistic, you're over empathetic, you care for people too much, you do things for other people, you can never say no to people, you're a people pleaser and you forsake yourself for that. You're a leaky bucket syndrome. So there's you're always giving to other people and there's nothing for you there. There's and you have to recharge and then you give it to other people again, and that's not good. So wouldn't it be good if you could do that a little bit less? Be a bit more narcissistic. You see where I'm going with this. Classically, people with low self-esteem would love a bit more confidence, self-confidence, but they're just so down on themselves, so beat themselves up so much. So everybody else, no, they focus on other people and getting better and developing that. They can't do it for themselves. So wouldn't it be good if you could be a bit more narcissistic and they're definitely not assertive. I don't want to upset anybody. They're too, maybe they've been brought up in an environment where there's conflict and they hate conflict, and there's stress and they hate stress, so they've learned to hate these things and learn to walk on eggshells, tread on eggshells, and just people please, keep everybody happy, keep the status quo, because it's horrible when it kicks off because they've been brought up in that environment. But it's left those, I was going to say, scars inside. But and you just think that's the way you are. But what if you could become more assertive? So can you see what I'm saying? Is narcissism bad? Maybe it's just that you're too low. And of course, the people who are too high, it's like, yeah, they are the devil incarnate. But just a minute, what can't you bring yourself up to the normal level? So you need to be a bit more narcissistic, yeah? So, we don't want the traits when they're too high. We don't want to, consider ourselves to be the devil. It's about a balance, okay? So you can create that balance, but you need to work on the areas, obviously, you're deficient in, you're low in, and those go down into deep formed beliefs. And it's quite a challenge to change those beliefs and actually change them habitually. There's lots of sciences gone on, and especially over the last 10, 15 years, about how to scientifically prove that you can change deep-rooted beliefs and behaviours and habits. And it's about getting your balance right. So is your level too low of this? So that's where I just wanted to put that short video, but to put that perspective in there, because yeah, too high it's damaging, too low is damaging. We need to get the right balance for ourselves. So if you're interested in this, it's not a scientifically proven test. It's a quick one. It came out in the 60s, Rosenberg scale, if you want to know. I've put it on an automated on my site. It's completely free. I don't see it. It's completely confidential. No, I don't ask for your email or anything, but you can take a test. It's 10 questions. It takes about 2 minutes. It's really quick. The link should be below here, or ask me for the link. And you could this is, for me, is a great conversation starter to see whether this is, your level is too low. It's a good indicator of your self-esteem. So if you score 18 or above, you probably don't need this. It's probably you're at a healthy level, or you've got some confidence, and you can work on confidence. Confidence is different from self-esteem. It's more practice at something to get better at it. If you've got between 15 and 18 on the score, then you could probably benefit from a tweak in this area of your self-esteem to really understand it and go, oh crap, that's what I'm doing to myself. And you need to just raise your level just a little bit more to get to a healthy level. If it's 15, then I think you need to really explore this issue to understand what is at play and why you're doing this, because this person is you. And your level is too low. You need to become a bit more narcissistic, but it's not becoming a bit more of a devil. It's actually getting a better balance. So the next step, if you're interested in that, and that score, sorry to scroll around so much, but if that score is 15 or less for you, then the next step is I've got a 12-day program. 12 days to decide. 12 days to decide if this is really you and you want to actually change this stuff, raise your levels, and how you could do that. So you get 12 days. It's a taster if you want, but there's probing questions I'm going to ask you within that. It's all on online, instant access, and you get time with me as well. So £47, that is, there's a guarantee that if it doesn't give you what you want, I'll give you your money back. That's an easy thing, isn't it? Because often when we start these things, we don't want to give the money away because we've done that so many times. So it's like, all right, I want to look after you as much as you can and give as I can, and give you as much confidence in this, in me, and in yourself as possible. So you do get a one-to-one with me, and it's really about getting clarity about the situation you're in, and that's it. So is narcissism bad? Well, if it's too high, yeah. If it's too low, yeah. So it's about getting the right balance. So message me for any details if you would like to links, or the link should be below. I hope this is of interest to you. No, I haven't seen anybody ask this question, so I thought it was worth putting out there and making you see this detail slightly differently. All right, many thanks. Speak to you soon. All right, bye-bye.